Hello and welcome. My name's SwiftShock. Thank you so much for checking me out. Love that you guys come in here and hang out with me. It's your first time. Welcome. Hopefully, I can give you something that keep you coming back. And if this is not your first time and you have come back, thank you so much. I really appreciate the continued support. Um, Guys, I cannot believe that it is almost 2021. It just seems crazy. It's less than 48 hours from now at the time of this recording. We'll be in the new year. 2020 will be in the rear view. That could be a good thing for some. I like to look at the positives, and looking back at my year 2021, I've had a lot of ups, and it's been a good year overall for me. And I hope there's been at least one or two good things that have happened for you and your family this year. Like the title will suggest, we're going to get into the Pokemon Year in Review 2020 for Pokemon, primarily the TCG. We're going to look at some other news outside the TCG in the Pokemon world. We're going to be looking at a quick glimpse at my year in review, and then we're going to be doing something that I told you guys I'd be doing in my previous video. We're going to look at goals I've set. Hopefully you've set some goals as well. And I think it's important to have goals. That way you know what you're shooting for, and you can kind of hold yourself accountable. I also think it's awesome if you share them with others. That's what I'm going to be doing here on this video. I'm going to be sharing my goals with you. And if you'd like to share your goals, please, upload your own video, put them in the comments below, hit me up on Instagram, or shoot me a message here on YouTube. I'd love to chat about your goals and just really hit 2021 rocking together. Without further ado, we're going to jump right into Pokemon's year in review. Not a whole bunch happened in January, but in February, we did see the release of the Pokemon TCG's newest base set, which is Sword and Shield 1. And it introduced a few things into the game that I think are absolutely wonderful. We started seeing V and V Max with this set, which has really expedited the gameplay. These V monsters they give up 2 cards and the V Max give up 3 are really speeding things up, and because they give up so much, they have higher hit points, but they hit a bunch harder. So there is a bunch of fireworks in the TCG right now. And I really appreciate this addition that they've done. Kind of moved away from the EX and GX, which have similar prize payouts, but to me the cards are more beautiful. The attacks are stronger. It's a lot of fun. It's a good refresh for this game to get. Now another thing that's a little less attractive, I don't know if you've noticed, but starting with the English set of Sword and Shield, down the lower right hand corner they added a little mark, a regulation mark, and that's going to clean up some confusion when it comes to tournament play. Before, or even currently, because there's still non-regulation marks in play, you'd have to know the symbols. The referees would have to know the symbols of the cards that are available for tournament play, and it can make it difficult and kind of frustrating for the new tournament player. These marks will make it considerably easier. I believe Sword and Shield released with a D in the lower lower left hand corner, and what that is when it does finally get rotated out, they're going to say, all right, you guys can play all E's and on. It's the way they've been doing it in Japan for a little bit. And like I said, it's going to clean it up as opposed to having to memorize each set's name and symbol and then see what sets are legal. You're just going to get a real clean cut. This letter forward is available for play. A lot easier to remember the alphabet than it is symbols. So wonderful addition there. Like that the English set has those. Also in February, we saw the release of Mewtwo Strikes Back. It is to call it a new release might be a little misleading. It is a complete remake of Pokemon, the first movie starring Mewtwo, and the remake is near shot for shot. It is completely done in computer generated animation as opposed to hand drawn animation, much like the first movie from the 90s was. The audio has been re-recorded to reflect the anime's current cast, so it's going to sound a little different. It's going to look a lot different. If you haven't checked it out, you should. It is on Netflix right now, streaming, so you can just hop over after you're done watching this video, of course, and start to watch that movie there. Jumping forward to March, that's when the global pandemic that is COVID-19 really started to affect the Pokemon community as it kind of marched its way through the rest of the world. Early March, Play Pokemon released a statement saying that they're going to alter their procedures for the way they handle events, including eliminating the handshake at the beginning of each match. later in March, that changed completely when they just canceled all championship events, as well as any sanctioned play Pokemon events. And what I mean by sanctioned, your local game shop, when you have a Pokemon tournament put on by Play Pokemon, hosted by the local game shop, that is a sanctioned event. So those all got suspended late March, and as Pokemon really started to feel their way through this pandemic world, as much of the rest of us did. If you recall, here in the States, it was about that time that a lot of stay-at-home orders and lockdowns went into effect. So it was about that time to put to go in the Wayback Machine, move forward to April, and Pokemon Go tried to alleviate some of this stay-at-home issues with their game, because obviously it's a go out, it's a socialized game, and with a stay-at-home order, you'd either be breaking the order or socializing when maybe you shouldn't. So they implemented a few changes to their game to make it playable from home, which I think was a wonderful adaptation to the world around them. They introduced remote raids. Now, remote raids were awesome because I don't know the mile radius. I think it was like 10, 15 mile radius. If a Pokemon EX gym in Pokemon Go is running a raid, you can do that within a certain mile radius of that gym, and it was great because it let me participate in a lot more raids, and obviously let us socially distance because we're not right next to other players while we do it. A couple other changes they introduced into Pokemon Go at that time were half the walking distance for eggs, and then extended action distance for the Pokestops. So you would only need to get half as close to a Pokestop to obtain the effects of it, be it a rocket battle items. And I think this is good. It really let us socially distance but still play a game that we enjoy. And we needed a lot of enjoyment from our hobbies, such as the TCGs, as well as video games at that point in time. So I love that they changed the game for that. As the vaccines roll out, as this pandemic ideally dies down, I would like to see them revert. To the more social aspect of it. Time will tell if and when this pandemic rolls down. But that's my 2 cents. I'd like to see it kind of go back to the same distances as it was before, kind of make it more of a social game, because I think it was a wonderful platform for fans to connect. Out in May, I don't want to spend too much time on it, Rebel Clash. I'm not a huge fan of this set. Not a whole bunch in it that's playable, in my opinion. Not a whole bunch that's really short and long-term collectible. If you like this set, don't let my opinion sway you. It is just that. It's my opinion. It's by no means a fact. But I liken it to XY Steam Siege. You know, it's just not the strong part of Sword and Shield, in my opinion. Moving on to August. Back to Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go introduced Mega Evolutions into the game, which I think was a wonderful pairing with the remote raid system that they were running at the time, or excuse me, that they're still running. So I do like that a lot. And then with the TCG, we got Sword and Shield 3 Darkness Ablaze. This set has been an absolute joy to me. A number of cards in there that I like to collect, a number of cards that are super playable. Of course, the chase card that everyone is still running after is the Charizard VMAX. It is a gorgeous card. We got Charizard looking angry, fierce. It is a good card. A good card and a great set. So Darkness Blaze, 2 thumbs up for me. Moving on to September, we got our first special set in Champion's Path. Now, Champion's Path was a small set. I think it was 90 or so cards. I'm not entirely certain. 89 of them, if it's 90, 89 of them don't really matter. Throw those out the window. We got a Rainbow Rare Charizard VMAX. Essentially a secret rainbow rare version of what we got in a Darkness Ablaze set. But still, both of those cards absolutely gorgeous, absolutely chase cards, and going to be collectible for some time. Now, at this point in time, hobbies really started taking off. A lot of people forced to stay at home. They running out of things to do. So them and their families really kind of going through their collections, playing video games, watching movies, Netflix, the like. And the hobbies in general don't need a whole bunch of help in the COVID world at this point. Pokemon, however, caught on fire starting October, after already having a fantastic year, in my opinion, to that point, given the circumstances. And it all started with Logan Paul announcing that he bought a $200,000 base set first edition booster box. Brought a lot of attention into the world of Pokemon. It kind of made headlines in numerous circuits, and then follow that right up with the rapper Logic spending over $220,000, I believe it was, on a PSA 10 Charizard. Really focused the world on our hobby here, and in my opinion, helped it out tremendously. It was already doing really well, but like I said, it set the hobby on fire. The whole world cared about Pokemon again. Everyone and their mother digging through their boxes, their attic to find their Pokemon set. A majority of them to sell them, but a lot of people came back to the hobby, and I absolutely love that. Roll forward to November, Pokemon Center started shipping to Canada. As a side note, kind of odd they weren't doing that already, but I'll take it. Our Canadian brothers and sisters now get to partake in Pokemon Center North America goodies. But with that, they ran a special delivery Pikachu promo card with it that kind of got caught up in all of this fire. Special delivery Pikachu peaked, I believe, is about $130 a card, which is insane for a fresh promo card, and in my opinion is doubly insane for being a free promo card. That's right, this card came free with any order over $20, so the demand for this got crazy high. Moving on, we went back to Pokemon Go. They finally, after years of requests, boosted the max level in Pokemon Go to 50. I'm not even at 40 yet personally, and I play not religiously, but I play enough. It's going to be a bit before I get to 50, so it's cool that they finally added that feature. And you can't go to November without talking about the most recent main set, which was Sword and Shield 4, Vivid Voltage. Lots of gorgeous cards in this set. I'm very in love with Vivid Voltage right now. Introduced amazing rares to the world, and it also got us our very first VMAX Pikachu, Chunkachu if you will. That is the chase card both in standard and secret rainbow rare form. That is a fun card. Haven't pulled a rainbow myself, but I look forward to the day that happens. As November started to wind down, Play Pokemon came out and said something that pretty much everybody knew. That they were going to take the rest of 2020 off and that they'd see us in 2021. I hope that stays true because I'm ready to play some Pokemon with some other people now. I want to get out and play Pokemon, and I want to host Pokemon. More on that towards the end of this video. Going into December now, not a whole bunch in the way of releases, but we did get 2 sets announced, and I am amped about these. If you've seen my previous videos, I'm ready to rock. We are getting Shining Fates, which is a English version of the Japanese set Shiny Star V. It's going to focus mainly on shiny Pokemon. Cannot wait to get my hands on a couple of those Elite Trainer boxes, as well as Battle Styles. Battle Styles is coming out, introducing new mechanics. Both of these sets are going to be slated for early 2021, since this is a 2020 year in review. Not going to spend too much time there. And the last piece of information I want to go over is Charizard. Of course it's Charizard. Charizard set the record for most expensive Pokemon card ever sold at $369,000 early December. That is insane. I'm happy for both parties involved. I'm happy for the seller. I'm happy for the buyer. I'm happy for the buyer because they got the card they wanted. I'm happy for the seller because they get to buy a modern house now for the price of that card. That is amazing, insane, and wonderful, all wrapped up in a one shell. Now, that is a flash look at Pokemon's year 2020. It was a wild ride, and I think 2021 is gonna bring us some of the same seas. I would like, if I may, make it a little more selfish. Look at my year in review. Just real quick, 2020 has been crazy for me. Like I mentioned earlier, it's been a good year for me. I did move twice in one year. That was interesting, especially with all this pandemic going on. I walked away from a job that I was at for over a decade to start a new opportunity, and that opportunity has been great to me so far. I achieved things I thought were possible this time last year, and I can't tell you the joy it brings me, the sense of accomplishment it brings me, the things I achieved this year. Another thing that happened for me that is very relevant to this video, I sold off my Pokemon collection to sow the seeds for a Pokemon business, and I'm enjoying it. I miss my collection, I do, but I'm loving this opportunity that the Pokemon craze has really helped me with. I can't wait to develop this into something bigger and better, and more on that in a moment. And I can't go my own year in review without mentioning that I got to engage the love of my life, propose to her. She said yes, and we've got a marriage coming up here soon. So that was 2020 for me. Small glimpse into 2021. I asked you guys in the last video to make some goal lists. I don't like calling it New Year's resolutions because I give up on New Year's resolutions. But goals I follow through with. And I made 3 goal lists. One I'm not going to be sharing entirely with you. That's my personal goal list. I made a creative goal list, and what I mean by that is here, my YouTube videos, my Instagram account. And I also made my business goal list, and that is for my Pokemon business that I've got going on. It's really just in its infancy. For my personal list, I do want to just share really one of them with you. For 2021, I want to collect all of 2020's booster boxes. I recently got into collecting booster boxes, but 2020 was largely a year of rebirth for me in so many different ways. And I would like to commemorate that by making the start of my booster box collection all of the sets that released in 2020. I've got a head start. I do have a Vivid Voltage over there, but that means I need a Sword and Shield. I need a Darkness Ablaze, and I do need that Rebel Clash booster box. So that'll be a personal goal of my own. Moving on to the creative side, I've got these two, creative and business, I've got separated in 3 categories, my personal as well, but like I said, I'm not sharing any more of that. The 3 categories are should accomplish. These are things I expect to accomplish. And I think it's important to have this category because if I fall short on these other 2, I don't want to be down in the dumps about all the things I didn't complete. So I have a category of things that I should complete with very little effort. I do have a work to achieve, work to accomplish category. That's gonna be things I'm gonna have to chip away at. These aren't things that are gonna fall into my lap, and that category I'm probably the most excited about. And then I have the impossible category. Those are things right now to me that seem impossible and not likely at all. And but just like the achievements I had this year, if I didn't shoot for them, I wouldn't have hit them. So that's why I include these. I'm gonna start with my creative side because that's the side that you're on right now. You're on the YouTube side of my goals. My should accomplish goals for YouTube: post a video a week. Should accomplish goals for Instagram: post two posts a day on Instagram. And then I'd like to get a mic. The mic you're working on is the onboard for my laptop. It's not the quality I want to stick with. So those 3 I really should be able to accomplish. So that's 52 videos. I don't know the math on the Instagram post, but that mic should be coming real soon. Hopefully before the next video, probably the one after that. The ones that I'm going to need to work to accomplish. I'm going to begin collaborations with other creators, primarily about Pokemon. If you haven't checked out Stevie Lucian, he's here on YouTube. He's posted quite a few videos already. Absolutely love the passion this guy brings to the hobby. I had a wonderful 2-hour conference call with him about collaborations and goals yesterday. Wonderful, wonderful guy. Can't wait to get rocking and rolling with him. Can't wait to show you guys what we've been cooking up. And then I did start laying the groundwork to work with Poketron. He is also here on YouTube, and pretty excited to get the ball rolling with him and really get these collabs going so we can share the joy with each other and then let you guys see what we've got up our sleeve for those. As far as more work to accomplishments, I do want to aspire for 1,000 followers on Instagram, and I do want 1,000 subscriptions here. Those are going to take work. Those will immediately springboard us into my impossible category, and that's the 10,000 subscribers and 10,000 followers on Instagram. For those, I will need your guys' help. Now, there's the very straightforward, obvious, hit that like button, subscribe, tell your friends about it, and trust me, all of that is welcome. That's not what I mean. What I would like you guys to do is let me know what I do that you like. Let me know what you don't see that you would like to see. These are things that will help me grow, and if it keeps you coming back, it'll help somebody else keep coming back too, and that is the kind of help that I need and I would appreciate greatly. That's it for my creative side. As far as my business side, it's a lot less attractive goals because it is a business. The creative side is fun, but the business things I should accomplish are continuing to offer the service I do. And I know that sounds cheesy, but on my TCG player account, on my eBay account, I have 100% across the board, and I ship things within 12 hours of getting the order. Those are things I I'm going to continue to do. I'm going to get things out fast, and I want to keep you happy. So there's that. That should be one of the easiest goals on this list. I have numerous certificates already, but one of my goals for the new year is to finish my tax IDs. I want to become a legitimate business. That way I can sell sealed product. More on that in a second. I want to submit more cards to PSA. Pretty straightforward. I've already done a couple. I really want to get more cards graded, and that's just because I love them in their slabs. They look so gorgeous and locked in at their condition that is printed right at the top. Yeah, it's really great. Things that I'm going to need to work to accomplish. 10% biweekly growth in my business. Now, what that means is every 2 weeks, I want to see a 10% growth in my inventory offered. I've had in December alone 30% growth. That's phenomenal. It's also insane. So 10% biweekly growth throughout the whole year, I think is very doable. As long as I work at it. I want to place a sealed order. And by place a sealed order, I mean work with a distributor so I can start selling booster packs, booster boxes. I love selling singles. Do not get me wrong. To have a very rare card in my hands, even just for a few moments before packaging it up and shipping it to a customer, is enjoyable. I want to ship out the enjoyment that is opening a new product, that is shredding a booster pack, shredding a booster box, and getting that secret rare. I want to sell that. That sounds like so much more fun. I want to do that. I have a goal that has a gigantic asterisk next to it, and that is to run a tournament. To gather people in a fun, safe environment to play the game I love, and watch people play the game I love, to offer the prizes for winning the tournament, for winning a match, for just participating. I want to provide that. That giant asterisk comes from COVID-19. If lockdown, stay-at-home orders, vaccines, if everything gets in the way and no public activities are authorized, I'm not going to beat myself up for not being able to do that. That's something I really, really want to do in this new year, is host at least one tournament. Things that seem impossible to me at this point in time for my business is open a website. The business is flowing right now, but using other services is really the only route I've got at the moment. If it continues to grow, I'll be able to open a website, but right now that's not a primary concern of mine. One impossible goal that I would love to achieve is move 600 booster boxes. That to me right now seems insane, but once I get hooked up with a distributor, who knows? All I know is I can't sell 600 if I don't sell one, so I'm going to start working at it as much as I can. That is it as far as my goals do. Like I said, if you guys want to share yours with me, I'd be flattered. We can talk about them and we can hold each other accountable. That way we can check in on this video this time next year and see what we accomplished, see what worked, what didn't, and go on from there. Guys, this video was a lot longer than even the practice runs for this video. I see over 23 minutes now. So thank you for hanging out for this long. If you could please go and hit that like, subscribe button, comment any suggestions, comment anything really. I love interacting with you guys. Message me here, message me on Instagram. My Instagram is swift.shock, just like it is here, just separated with a period. And let's keep this conversation going. I love the community, and I cannot wait for 2021 to get here, and I can't wait for the successes we're all going to have. It's all about growing, getting better every day. Thank you guys so much.